Hey there, we got Mount Hood off in the distance. And then you look around, and here we are, my minions, at another cemetery. So here we are, my minions, at Union Point Cemetery here in Banks, Oregon. Take a little look around. This is basically out in the middle of nowhere, in between Portland and the Oregon coast, Tillamook and Seaside and what have you. But this is a pioneer cemetery out in that area. And just to start out, it's patriotic, which I like that. Got a thing right here dedicated to the veterans. And then as we look about this seems like a fairly organized, very well maintained final resting place for a lot of the pioneers of this general area. Like I said, this is Banks, Oregon, out in the middle of nowhere. So, my minions, here I stand at this crossroad of Union Point Cemetery here in Banks, Oregon, trying to give you a little look at the things around here. I think earlier I showed you Mount Hood off Mount Hood, way the hell out of there, west. And so now it's time for us to wander willy-nilly through the tombstones and read a few, all right? Here we have Benjamin and Stella Armentrout, 1952, 1929. And look, way out there's Mount Hood. Wonderful old west. And we have our resting places. Here's Charles Otis Armentrout. Let's see, here we have McFarlane. That seems to be a name I see quite a bit up here. I wonder if it's any relation to Seth. Here's Sandy, another name I see a lot up here. Sandy there. Sandy there. Amy and Sandy there. There's quite a few more. Here's Ada M. and William G. Young, 1954 and 1926. So, as we can see, my millions, there's quite a few souls at rest here. We'll wander around and look at some more. Like the Garstons right here, Flora E. and Henry C., 1929 and 1932. The Garston. Here's the final resting place for some Kennedys. And as I wander around, we'll just read them randomly because, you know, my minions, there's really no rhyme or reason to how I do this. I just get to these places, I do a little research, and then I basically let the tombstones tell me. There's LCC, wife of Charles D. Staley, died 1902. Hey, LC. All right. See, here we go. Here we have a big old tree. Under this tree, we have some mosses. Yeah, imagine you would have a moss under some trees. So here's Frank S. Bradley and Maddie M. Bradley. You can see out over here. The rest of this is just all farmland, except for the boneyards that we got here. So we'll walk back up this way a little bit and look at a few more. Yeah, my minions, this is just another one of those many pioneer cemeteries out here in the Northwest, because you know, when you were traveling around coming to the Oregon territory on the Oregon Trail, and grandpa or your uncle or your mom or dad or somebody died, you know, you had to plant them pretty quick or else they'd stink up the place. And sometimes like this, a whole community grew up around the cemetery and the graves. But sometimes they're like that one there in St. John's where there's just one grave and then a bunch of crap all the way around it, right? So we'll go look at some more down here under the trees. Here's one that looks nice. Nice and shady under this big old tree. This is our son, John McDonald Bruce, 1968, 1972. Younger than me. Whole lot about him right there. So, if anybody wants to read that, you can put it on pause, I suppose. But there's Mary Alice Trammell. And we'll walk back up here. There's one that's fallen down. That's too bad. Oh, I see there's quite a few down here that have fallen, so they're probably in the process of fixing things up. Here's Galloway. Here's Caracas. Alright. There's a Harrison. Some more Harrisons. There's Friday. Okay. But today's Thursday. So we go up here and look at this. There's something staked out for somebody that's going pretty soon. Apparently, they got their spot already. And so my minions, I'm gonna work my way back up here to the gate, I guess, and then back out to the street and back to Banks, where I gotta sit and wait till 5 or so till the bus back to Portland gets here. And then I can go back to the homestead and make plans for the next Dog of the Dead. There we go. Augusta, wife of George Schneider. Died January 19th, 1902, aged 45 years and 8 months. Here's you, Augusta. And these people are killing it. And here we got a bunch of crickets. Then there's a ribin, bunch of ribins behind them. And some more under the trees, ribins. How nice. William Ribin, 1886, 1907. Under this big old tree. And so anyway, my minions, that pretty much does it for this cemetery here in Banks, Oregon, out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. This is called Union Point Cemetery, and this has been Tone Dog barking at you with another Dog of the Dead. Be good, my minions. I love you, and take care of those you love. Thump the people you don't. But be true to yourself. See you till the next time, my minions. Peace.